Okay, let's take a look at the anatomy of heart. I will draw a simplified version of the heart. So there are 4 chambers that you need to learn, their names. There are 4 main blood vessels, actually 5, okay, but we'll learn the major 4 first. And then there will be 4 valves that you need to learn. Okay, what are the chambers? Chambers are what we call like a room, a space. So there are 4 chambers here. The first chamber. This one looks funny. And then there's another chamber over here. So it's very easy. We first will identify which side is the left, which side is the right. So if this is your left hand, this is your left hand, this part will be right. Then this part will be left. Okay, why? Because you have to imagine yourself lying on the table. Okay, when you lie on the surgical table, that is how the surgeon will observe you. So it is easier for the doctor, the surgeon, to learn it in such a way that it is similar to how he or she will encounter when he or she were to operate on a patient. So it will look exactly like what he learns from the textbook. Okay, so that's why we put it as right side here, left side here. Not according to your hands, but according to what the surgeon will observe. Okay, so you know this side is right, this side left. And then the top region of the heart is we call atrium. The bottom region we call ventricle. Okay, plural form of atrium is atria. Plural form for ventricle, you just add an S. Okay, now you almost have all of them already. I'll label this chamber as right side, right, and right. I'll label this chamber as left and left. And since these 2 are at the top, they are the atrium. And since these 2 are at the bottom, they are the ventricle. So right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. These are the 4 chambers. Okay, Ken? Very easy?
Yes.
Next, we'll look at the 4 main blood vessels. We'll remove all the unnecessary stuff first. Okay, blood vessels. In order to understand blood vessels, we'll have to define the blood vessels first. You have actually 3 main blood vessels, but we are looking at 2 first. Can you give me the definition of artery and vein?
Okay. Me is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Just tell me whatever that you have in mind. Doesn't matter if it's wrong. Okay? If you got wrong now, you can still learn.
Artery, as in like, do I see their function?
Yeah, their function.
Okay, so the artery, in general, is it, or like must be specific to the right and left side?
Give me the definition of artery.
Receives artery, I
It is
forgot
a type of blood vessels which
oh yeah, oxygenated blood, yeah, and deoxygenated.
that one is a definition for primary school kids. The real definition for artery is a type of blood vessel which carry blood away from the heart. Vein is a type of blood vessels which carry blood towards the heart. This is the proper definition. Okay, if you were to define artery as oxygenated, then pulmonary artery doesn't fit. That's why in primary school, you'll be learning like, oh, artery, all artery carry blood, oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. All vein carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Okay, there's no exception in definition. The right definition that you learn now that supersede your primary school's definition is this: carry blood away from the heart. This is always true. All types of blood vessels, including pulmonary artery, carry blood away from the heart. Okay, all types of blood vessels, all types of vein that carry blood towards the heart. Sorry, what am I saying? All types of blood vessels which carry blood towards the heart, they are vein, including the pulmonary vein. Okay, Ken?
Okay.
So I will be drawing the direction for you to see. Blood comes in here, comes in from here, then enter, and then make a turn like this and go out. Then blood comes in from here, make a turn, and then go up like this. So from their direction, can you roughly tell me whether it is artery or vein based on this definition?
As in the left side and the right side, is it?
Yeah, this side. Can you tell me whether it's vein or artery? This one.
This one is this one is vein.
Very good.
The left side.
Then this one,
This one is artery.
This one is artery. Very good. This one,
This one is vein. Is it?
Vein carry blood towards the heart. Does it look like
sorry. Artery.
artery? And this one?
Vein.
Vein. Very good. So now you already identify whether they are vein, artery, or vein. Next, we'll have to name them because you see there are two artery here. I can't really just name this as artery, this as artery, right? There's no specific name to identify them. So you can think of it this way. This one flow towards the lungs and then flow back from the lungs. So anything that link to the lungs, we have a special name for it. The Latin name. The Latin name for lungs is pulmonary. So since this artery is linked to the lungs, so we put it as pulmonary artery. And this one we name it as pulmonary vein. Okay, that leaves us to two other, the artery and the vein. This happens to be the largest artery in the whole body, and this happens to be the largest vein in the whole body, so it has a special name. We call it the aorta. It still starts with A, although there's no artery. And this one still starts with V, vena cava. Okay, so these are the main four blood vessels: the pulmonary artery, aorta, pulmonary vein, and vena cava. Okay, as I mentioned just now, these are the four main ones. There are actually 5 blood vessels. As you can see here, the vena cava, there are 2 types of vena cava. The one at the top, we call it the superior vena cava. The one at the bottom, coming down from the bottom, is inferior vena cava. It just happens that the two of them doesn't combine and form a branch before entering the right atrium. So in that case, we name them separately. Okay, Ken? The superior vena cava and inferior vena cava doesn't join to form one big vena cava. So we can't really just call it vena cava. We have to split them. Okay, Ken?
Okay.
Yeah, so this is basically the blood vessels. I'll erase the blood vessels. Oops. Next, we'll look at the four valves. So the valves, I will color it with orange. There is one valve over here, two valves over here, three valves. Valve should be like this, yeah, should be like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So valves 1 and 2 is also known as the AV valve or atrioventricular valves, or short form for AV valve. AV valve number 1 is found at this side. This side is the tricuspid valve. Number 2 is the bicuspid valve. So you can think of tri as 3, bi as 2. It's called tricuspid valve because it has 3 flaps. That means the valve has three flash. I'll show you. Wait. 7.1. Here you can see the tricuspid valve has 3 flaps. Or if you can look at something, a comparison, there you can see this tricuspid valve has 3 flaps, 3 flash over here, 1 flap, 2 flap, 3 flaps, while the bicuspid valve only have 2. That's why we call it tricuspid valve, bicuspid valve. Okay, Aiden?
Okay.
Bicuspid valve also have another name. We call it the mitral valve. So take note of this. And then the third and the fourth. The third and the fourth one, it is somewhat smaller. Oh yeah, before I forgot. The atrial ventricular valves, ventricular, sorry. There's an R over here. Atrial ventricular valves is called such because it is found in between the atrium and ventricle. So in between the atrium and ventricle, you have 2 valves. We call it the AV valves. Okay, or to be specific, this is the tricuspid, this is the bicuspid. And then we have these 2 valves. These 2 valves are very small. We call it the semi-lunar valve. Short form for SL valve. Semi-lunar valve. Semi-lunar valve number 3 is found in the pulmonary artery. So you take the name pulmonary valve. Valve number 4 is found in the aorta. So we call it the aortic valve. Aortic valve. So these are the 4 valves that you need to memorize. And we are done with the anatomy. Okay, Ken? Any question?
No.
No.
Wait, apart from this, right?